Well, in cities across this country and all around the world, law enforcement officials getting ready for large New Year's Eve celebrations and the security challenges that come with them. National correspondent Atra El-Nashar has more on that and why some cities are just canceling plans altogether.
This New Year's Eve, law enforcement and security officials are taking extra measures to keep celebrations safe. In New Orleans, the new year will be rung in with the solemn anniversary of a vehicle ramming attack on Bourbon Street authorities believe was inspired by ISIS that killed 14 people on New Year's Day. This year, several hundred National Guard troops have been called in to assist local police for New Year's and upcoming events like the Sugar Bowl and Mardi Gras. For the nation's largest celebration,
3, 2, 1.
In New York City's Times Square, NYPD says there will be a bigger police presence than last year. Authorities mindful of what happened in New Orleans and in their own city on New Year's Eve 2022, when a man attempted to kill 3 officers with a machete in Times Square.
Concrete barriers and blocker vehicles and frozen safety lanes will be established to protect the perimeter of the area.
Tuesday afternoon, NYPD said there are no credible threats, but remain vigilant of lone wolf and vehicular attacks. On the other side of the country in Southern California, this month the FBI thwarting an alleged terror plot to set off bombs on New Year's Eve. 4 members of a far-left anti-government group face charges, including terrorism-related felonies. The Department of Homeland Security has this message for all Americans.
What terrorists want is they want us to be afraid, and they want us to fear and not go out and celebrate our lives and our family and our great country. So don't bend the knee, get out there, go celebrate, but be aware.
Across the world, in Sydney, home to one of the most iconic New Year's fireworks displays on Earth, Australians still in shock over the Bondi Beach shooting. A large New Year's Eve event at Bondi has been canceled, and for fireworks at Sydney Harbour, there will be the largest police presence ever.
It's not normally the case that New South Wales police officers have long arms, but they will be deployed on Sydney streets in the run-up to New Year's Eve, and that is a clear and deliberate message from the police that safety is the #1 priority.
Authorities in Paris calling off the city's famous New Year's concert on the Champs-Élysées over worries about unpredictable crowds. And in Tokyo, for the 6th year in a row, there will be no year-end countdown event, also because of concerns about crowd behavior. In Washington, I'm Atra El-Nashar.
First and foremost, before we get started, I'd like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rikah Kwadash. A double honors to those great millstone, while unto truth, and also to those elect that are scattered abroad. I like to say, Shalom. Come back here today with another great and powerful lesson through the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua. And the type D lesson is New Year Eve of Destruction. So I like to say Shalom to all our listeners and learners. Hope to sweep you today and guide you back in the path of righteousness and back to your true power, which in fact is Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua. So we seeing right now, we getting ready to come into a new year of more prophecy, more things are constantly, being manifest left and right. And also we seeing right now, we read upon a time of trouble that we have never seen before. So we seeing now that a lot of these cities, they are beefing up their security, in what happened, like in New Orleans, Sydney, Australia, different other places like, I can't think of the other city, but anyway, they constantly tighten up their security, for these festivities. A lot of people going to be drinking and being merry, in the house of mirth. And one thing about it, it's no time to be happy. It's no time to be full of joy, because one thing about it, we read upon, war breaking out, terrorists, some type of terrorist attack, these sleeper cells, all sorts of things that's happening right here in America. Also America is very divided, and men of the Lord constantly been warning. Also we seeing that these prophecies are speaking loud and clear. So people right now are not considering the signs of the time. A lot of people right now, are relaxing in their leaves as of the days of Noah. And also it's no new thing under the sun. So this is just a quick report before the so-called New Year to come in. But we know that the New Year comes in around April. So let's start here for Ecclesiastes, Sirach chapter 5 and verse 7. It said, make no tarry, one moment. It says here, Ecclesiastes chapter 5 and verse 7 said, make no terror to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. So right now, a lot of people right now are tearing, they're prolonging, a lot of people are putting off from day to day. And also they're not considering the signs of the time. These days are evil, and right here it says, people what in thy security. I mean, the people right now are very comfortable right now. They're at ease. Not thinking about what's coming down the road. So right now, people are gonna be very intoxicated, drunk, getting drunk. Doing all sorts of abominations. All sorts of sexual immoralities tonight. Going into this new year, the Lord, He's not giving a damn about this new year, Christmas, none of these their feast day. Lord say He hate your feast day. And also, the foolishness, the wisdom of this world is foolishness to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. So make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, put not off from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. So right there, we're coming upon that time, great judgment. Also we know that World War III is right upon us. A lot of things is happening. Also, we know that 2026 is right at the door. They're saying that things is going to go digital. So we getting ready to go into these last and final prophecy, which in fact, great tribulation, great mourning, great sorrow. And a lot of people love it here. They're happy-go-lucky. But guess what? You're getting ready to die here. So we seeing right now, things are constantly unfolding. We're seeing what the vibration has changed. A lot of things is happening. Right now, people are in what festivity mode right now. They just happy right now, drinking, being married. We're going to get that in a minute. What the days of Noah, you know what I'm saying? Constantly despising the words of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. It's no new thing once again under the sun. Verse 8 says, set not thy heart upon goods unjustly gotten, for they shall not profit thee in the day of calamity. So we don't give a damn what you have or what type of reputation, whatever you might think that you comfortable, you have plenty, this and that. The Lord is not giving a damn about that. The Lord is, is only concerned about you serving Him. Fear the Lord and depart from evil. That's where we at right now, And the Lord is only coming back for the election this time around. So we're seeing right now that things are constantly picking up. We're seeing right now these prophecies are constantly lining up just like clockwork. The war drums are beating. You know what I'm saying? We're seeing that they come with this new system right before our eye. We're coming upon a great economic collapse. And also in the news is about silver. I'm going to do a lesson on that probably tomorrow about silver, how silver is going to play a major part in this great global financial collapse. So we'll go into that later. But right now, we're seeing right now a lot of people are in their security. They think that they are a good case, and these evils are constantly growing all around us. So now let's go here to Luke chapter 17. Let's go here right quick. Luke chapter 17. Luke chapter 17. And we'll probably get one more. Luke chapter 17 and verse 25. Not meant to be a long lesson tonight. Just bringing out some key points. Let's go here. Start here. Luke chapter 26. Let's start up at 26. Try to highlight some of these things right quick. I thought I had some of them highlighted. One moment. Try to highlight some of them right quick. Just gonna get a few and we're gonna get out of here. Just gonna highlight this. Okay, let's go back at the top. It says here, Luke chapter 17 and verse 26. It said, and as it was in the days of Noah, said, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man. Verse 27, it said, they did eat, they drank, they married wives, they were given in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all. So they're seeing the same thing what happened back then is happening right now. You know what I'm saying? So we're seeing right now a lot of people eating and drinking, giving into marriage, getting married, renewing their vows. Some people gonna renew their vows tonight. Some people gonna do it New Year's Day, New Year's Revolution. So we're seeing there's nothing new under the sun. Also, they kept doing what they were doing because they was comfortable. They was not considering the signs of the time, and the flood came and destroyed them all. They were not aware. They was not watching. You know what I'm saying? They didn't give a damn. So this is what happened to them. They was totally destroyed by that by the first death, which in fact, is the flood, what I'm saying? But the second death is by fire, with the IBCM missile. It says here, verse 28, it said, likewise, also as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, and they built. So they was doing the same thing, going on with their daily lives, hustling the bustle of the city back then, proud, to do thy will spirit, constantly scoffing and mocking, despising the words of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, going on with their lives. That's not going to happen right now. Talking, right now, mocking the prophets, back then, Noah, I think he preached, he prophesied for 120 years, and they still did not listen. The flood came and destroyed them all. Our people are very stiff-necked, very hard-headed, they love wickedness, and they hate the good. And one thing about it, very stiff-necked, very sottish. The Lord already said that about them. So we seeing right now in Lot's time, a lot of sexual immorality was going on. They was in their security. They was in their good case, and they all was totally destroyed. The story about Lot, so see the Lord only saved Lot and his two daughters. His wife looked back. We get that in a minute. So a lot of people are still right now, when this place get ready to go up in that flaming fire, these IBCM missiles, they're going to still be looking back, and they are going to be totally consumed. Verse 29 said, but the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all. So that's exactly what the Lord did, destroy them all. So, the Lord never changed, you know what I'm saying? And so we see it right now, he's the same yesterday, today, and forever. So right now, the Lord is getting ready to destroy this place, with that fervent heat, those IBCM missiles, and also that blazing chariot fire, the indignation of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. So they were very wicked back in Lot's time. The Lord had to destroy the whole city. You know what I'm saying? One thing about Lot was the only one that was faithful of the elect. And Noah of his time, Noah and his wife and his son's wife, they was the only one would say 8 people out of billions of people. So what you think the Lord is going to do this time? You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people think the Lord is someone to be played with. They still celebrating, doing these fireworks and eating and drinking, eating all sorts of abominations, all sorts of things that is displeasing to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. And one thing about it, the Lord is getting ready to bring the house down. The Lord said, I come not to bring peace but a sword. The Lord ain't giving a damn about none of this here. Verse 31 said, in that day, say he which shall be upon the housetop and his stuff in the house, let him not come down to take it away. And he that is in the field, let him likewise not return back. Verse 32 said, remember Lot's wife. And so one thing about it, she looked back, you know what I'm saying? She, even though, all the destruction was going on around, all the wickedness, she still was thinking about all the reputation, probably the riches and different things that she had in that city. And, she turned around and she was totally destroyed. She disobeyed Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. And one thing about it, our people are very rebellious to this day. And the Lord is going to have to destroy them. Verse 33, it said, whosoever shall seek to save his life shall lose it. It said, and whosoever shall lose his life shall preserve his life. That is the elect, the true believers of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. We're not giving a damn about this world that we're in right now, even though we're in this world, but we're not of this world. And not about, we're constantly following who? Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. We're not giving a damn about New Year's Eve. We're not giving a damn about Christmas, Thanksgiving, Thanksgiving Day. We're not giving a damn about none of their feast day. All we want to do is constantly follow Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua and asking the Lord, how long, oh Lord, get us out of this nightmare. So now let's go to our last and final script, not meant to be a long lesson tonight. And also we know we're at the beginning of sorrow. And a lot of people right now still want to have fun, but just like happened in Noah's time, they kept going, drinking and being and married, having a great old time, happy-go-lucky, and the flood came and destroyed them all. But this flood, what is coming this time, is a flood of fire, a lake of fire. That's what's getting ready to happen. So that's here. Let's go here to Ephesians. We'll close out here. You got to be circumspect. You got to redeem the time wisely because the days are very evil. Let's close out here. Let's go here to Ephesians chapter 5. And we'll start up at verse 15. It says, see then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. So a lot of people right now walking around here as fools. You know what I'm saying? They in the house of murder. They say the people that's, if you're in the house of murder, then you're in the house of fools. And everybody, you're going to be totally destroyed because you don't have no idea what is getting ready to come upon it. So things could break out. 2026, we already know that it's going to be a hell of a ride. And already Elder Apostle Tahar already deemed 2026 was the year of apostates, sellouts, and I think false prophet, if I'm not mistaken. So we in this time right now, man. We seeing right now these things are happening right before our eyes. Things are happening very quickly. Things are constantly speeding up. And right now, a lot of people are getting more wicked, each and every day. A lot of people right now just don't give a damn, just more evilness. The love of men is waxing cold. A lot of people right now are walking around here ticking time bomb, are just bugged out of their damn mind. And the Lord's getting ready to return and set everything back into order. So you got to be circumspect, knowing your surrounding, knowing what time you're living, even though a lot of people right now are in their festivity state, drinking and being married, popping these damn firecrackers right now, giving me a damn headache, in my, in the subdivision I live in, they just, firing up just sound like a war zone. All these damn fireworks are going off, man. But I can't wait, Lord. How long will it get us the hell up out of here? So, redeeming it, be circumspect, knowing your surrounding, knowing the people that you're dealing with, each and every day, and also, what I'm saying, knowing what time that we're living in. Verse 16 said, redeeming the time because the days are evil, like it's your last day, like it's your last opportunity to do something, each and every day, try to serve the Lord the best of your ability, because you don't never know when it's time to go. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is constantly, bringing forth judgment. People are dying each and every day, but it's going to be on a major scale very soon, and you're going to know exactly what time we're living in. Seeing is believing. Also when you go to Proverbs chapter 1, they shall seek me early, but they shall not find me, because the days right now are very evil. But a lot of people right now still are stuck in the matrix, stuck on that Stockholm syndrome, still drunk off this Babylon juice. You know what I'm saying? We here, man. And also they love oppression. They love affliction, and also they love the modern day so-called white man, which in fact is the devil that the Bible speaks. The Lord love everyone. Everyone can be saved, and out about you in for a rude awakening. Redeem the time. Because the days are evil. So we tell somebody the days are evil. What are you talking about, man? Everything is fine. Everything is good, man. Everything is sunshine. But guess what? The flood is coming. This is the calm before the storm. We already know that all hell is getting ready to break loose. A time of trouble that we've never seen before. Jacob's trouble, the hour of temptation, World War III, and also the great and glorious return of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. It is at the door. We didn't give a damn about no damn New Year's or none of this shit. We ready to get the hell out of here. We ready to get back in our first estate, which dwells in righteousness. Verse 17 said, wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is. So one thing about it, you got to understand what the will of the Lord is each and every day. Once again, fear the Lord and depart from evil. Do the Lord's will, the best of your ability. Watch, pray. Pray without ceasing. And one thing about it, do things that's pleasing to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua. And also the elect, we fear the Lord, even though we know we're all around this wickedness. But we fear the Lord. We love the Lord. The Lord is getting ready to return. Let's get this last one. The Lord want me to go here, 1 Corinthians. Let's go here, because, Lord ain't giving a damn about none of what's going on all around the wisdom of this world. Lord don't give a rat's ass about this. You're not seeking him, you're seeking death. It's plain and simple. Let's go here and we'll close out here. 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 19. Let's get this one, we'll close out. It says here, we're gonna close out right here. It says, for the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Almighty. Said, for it is written, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness. So right there, see, the Lord is not the one to be played with. It said verse 20, and again, the Lord knows the thoughts of the wise, that they are vain. You know what I'm saying? We're here, man. So we're gonna leave it right there. We're seeing right now the wisdom of this world is foolishness to Yahweh Ba'ashim Abishai. So the Lord is only concerned about the one that fear him, the one that is seeking the Lord each and every day, and also the one that's doing the will of Yahweh Ba'ashim Abishai. So a lot of people right now, they're stuck in this hard place. They're stuck off this Babylon. All they can see is right before their eye. But the Lord said that the just shall live by faith and not by sight. So the title of the day lesson, once again, is New Year's Eve of Destruction. So I like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim, Rikak Kwadash. I like to say, Shalom, Shalom.